when a marriage and a relationship starts, love is usually the controlling factor. You fall in love with somebody and you can't wait to call them again. You talk to them 4 or 5 times a day and you get that funny feeling. You think, oh, I can't wait to see him again. And we think that when we're in love, that we can solve any problems. But when times get tough and love becomes fragile, what do you do to get through those times? That's why we need to be broken together. We need God in those times when we're just too weak in our own strength. The Bible states that when I am weak, He is strong. And in that video, you can see through the years, you're going to find trials, troubles. And I'm sure that all through the years, Daniel and Miriam didn't always surrender their will to the will of God. But God was there to fill in the gaps and bring them through. That's when they came to God, they were broken, because it was God that really brought them through, I think, their whole marriage. He's the one that when we're broken, we no longer take our own wills into our hands, but we go to Him, and He lifts us up. He fills in those gaps. Kind of like when you watch when He's carrying you on the beach, you see the sand, the footprints in the sand. God is always there to fill in those gaps. But there's a commitment that you two made, and you did it not only in front of family and friends, but you did it in front of God, and He takes that seriously. You see, the commitment to make a wedding vow, it's a principle that God created. And no matter how the world wants to distort it, it's still made by God, and He takes that very seriously. So when you didn't break your will, when you didn't bend your will to His, He filled in those gaps. And you guys, during the times you had fights, and I know you did. You all have. No. When you were not at your best, God Himself stepped in, and He honored that commitment and that vow that you guys made. The Bible states in Jeremiah 29:11, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, desires the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Now, I don't know about you, but I want the plan that God has for me. Even in my life, and it may be in your life, you weren't a Christian, or you're not a Christian, you weren't walking with God, He still has a plan for your life. It's one of the beautiful things that God created. It's called free will. And that gives us the will to be able to say, do I want to follow His plan, or do I want to try and make it on my own? And I know that there's a lot of people in this room that will agree with me. When you try to make it on your own, it's not always the easiest one. It's not always the best plan either. So I tapped into God's plan for me, and let me tell you, it's one heck of a ride. And I've been blessed for it ever since. So if I could say nothing else, I would encourage you to tap into the plan that God has for you, because His plan is for life and life abundantly. Not a little, oh, I hope we have a good time type thing. It's life abundantly. Every marriage will face tough times, but it doesn't have to end there. Those tough times define who you are as an individual, and also defines the strength of the marriage. So it's what we do with those tough times. We can surrender, and the Lord knows that a lot of the world today has done so. Let me share a little secret with you about relationships and marriage. Stop trying to find the right person and start working on becoming the right person. Okay. When you do, you're going to find a whole new realm that God has for you.